Alright, so this is my very first like TCaP video. So I'm going to be doing my all-time favorites, the most underrated predators. I guess you could say predators, even though they were like in one segment, but like the most underrated predators in all of TCaP. Fight me, um, Tennis Boy, and Slave2mistresses. So yeah. Oh yeah, I will say that if you wanna, I guess, chat with me or whatever, or like, just hang out with me on League or something, um, you can look me up on Discord. I'm always on Skype, and sometimes I'm on League. I guess if you can catch me playing. But yeah, it's Oh My Gosh Kylie. But yeah, so let's get into Tennis Boy and Slave2mistresses. Now I will say, for I Slave2mistresses, I am going to do the most. I'm going to go through the works with this man. I'm going to react to his interrogation because it should be a crime for people not to react to his interrogation. I'm going to read his chat log, everything. You are going to get the whole shebang with me. These are my all-time favorite predators, or I guess you could say predators, but these are my favorite predators. Not favorite as in, oh yeah, I love these. Like, no, I despise them. I hate, all child molesters. I freaking hate them, of course. But like these are up there with some of my most entertaining predators. Like, these are my favorite, and I think my second favorite is David Schumacher. But yeah, we haven't even gotten into the video. All right, let's go.
Dateline and reported justice set up an investigation in this beachfront house, and it's going to get crowded. Someday, even coming two at a time. Here comes a 25-year-old psychology student named Safraz Khan. This before he arrived at our house. Khan, who uses the screen name Tennisboy213, took three.
All right, so first, I will say that a lot of people feel bad for him, and I guess you could say that I'm one of those people because I just can't help but to think in my mind what could have been. Like, what if he never went to the Sting House? What if he didn't have this tragic thing that had happened to him? Like, where he was, nobody should be like molested, but like, he was molested. So he says, as he was like a little kid or whatever. I don't remember the details, but yeah. But I always sit here and think about what could have been with him. Like, what if he like went on, and of course he wasn't a freaking pedophile, because I do believe this guy is. I mean, he doesn't look like it, but this guy is pretty dangerous. If he wasn't a pedophile, I wonder so much. Yeah, and another thing, the reason why he calls himself Tennis Boy 213 is because he actually plays tennis. Like, he really likes tennis. But yeah, I don't know. I just can't stop thinking about what could have been with him. Like, I don't know. Like what if he actually, like, wasn't in a sting, and like he would work at like a psychology office today. uh I don't, like, I can't pronounce his last name, but Mr. Tennis Boy. Psychologist, Mr. Tennis Boy. um yeah, what if I always just think about that. Like, and it's so sad because I think it was like he was like one day or something, or one credit or something away from graduating, and I'm just such a waste over something so stupid. Like, he didn't have to chat up this young girl, and it's just so sad. uh like, not sad as in like I feel bad for him, but the situation It's the situation is just sad. Like one credit or something. I don't feel bad for him, but like one credit away. So yeah.
Years off his age, he began stalking a reporter just as decoy.
You're gonna find out that this guy is obsessed with his age.
14-year-old female. Do we have a way to call that guy? Dateline pays perverted justice to do what it normally does: set up profiles in chat rooms that appear to be from underage teens, in this case ages 13 to 15, who are curious about sex. In his chat, Khan asks the girl if she's a virgin and if she likes older guys.
Yeah, and I like these guys' chat logs. Like, I know it's been said time and time again. If you ever feel bad for these guys, just look at their chat logs.
He writes, "I will make love to you for hours." Then Khan, the student, becomes the teacher.
Con the student becomes con the teacher.
Advising her on such matters as erections, masturbation, oral sex, sexual positions, and how sex for her may hurt at first because she's a virgin.
Yeah, and that's why I say don't feel bad for these guys because, like, if you look at their chat log, it's disgusting. It's stuff that you should never say to a child, like a 13-year-old girl, like a child. Like, who just sits here and asks, a literal kid, like, to me, they're like babies. Ask, this little girl, this little baby, um, is she a virgin? Has she done all of this stuff? It's absolutely disgusting. So I don't really feel bad for him. Yeah, I mean, you didn't have to do all this. This is or was you being he was deported after being detained or whatever, or like, with in ICE care for the longest time. He was deported, and I feel like that's the safest thing for him. Like, well, not for him, but like for us, the safest thing for us is him being deported.
But he clearly knows what he's doing is illegal.
I'm kind of afraid to come see you because I could go to jail if I touched you. You're a minor.
Yeah, see, he knows what he's doing.
But later, he sends along a picture of his child.
Oh my gosh. I heard some people say that. I think somebody has like this poster on their wall. Oh my gosh. Look at his eyes. What? Oh my goodness. People are like, "Oh my gosh, that's nightmare fuel." And I kind of see it now. Like, if you like really look at the picture, like look at his eyes and stuff, it is wow. Just wow. And imagine having that picture blasted on national television. I'm sure when he took that picture, he didn't think, like, at all that it was going to be, like, broadcasted to millions of people around the world. Like, I don't think anybody does. Anybody thinks about that when they're taking the picture, especially in the early 2000s, like when like going on the computer and stuff, it hasn't like became, like, I guess you could say, like a big thing. Like, that's just not what people did. So yeah, that is one picture. And I'm sorry, like, I'm trying to be gentle with my camera so you don't hear a lot of fuzziness going on.
He says he'll bring lots of condoms.
He'll bring lots of condoms.
He makes a date online to come to the girl's house when she says she'll be alone. Now he's here.
Oh, Oh no. Look at him. Look at that skinny. Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
into a house loaded with him, a danger criminal descending into perverted justice. Just a secret. There's more here than meets the eye.
Oh my gosh. it He's unique only in the fact that, like, you see some of these predators coming in and they just don't question the decoy at all. This guy, he you can tell he went to college. You can tell that they taught him something in college. Observational skills. They taught this man observational skills because he walked in and he was like, "You're not the one I talked to on the phone. You don't look like your picture. You don't even look like your picture. I'm leaving." And he was leaving and I was thinking, just like, why did you it's like that other guy, oh my gosh, I forget his name, but like the guy who, I know it's a sin to forget like a predator's name, but like the guy who planned on murdering that girl, the decoy, and like, he didn't know it was a decoy, but I truly believe that that guy had something sinister planned with like that duct tape and stuff, and like a knife duct tape, and yeah, like he's sort of similar in the fact that he's about to leave, and then when Chris shows up and tells him to have a seat, like he just sits down. But good observational skills.
I decide to make an early appearance.
See, he's about to leave. You see Chris and he comes and sits down.
You're sorry for what?
Sorry.
But remember, we told you it was going to get crowded. That's because our next visitor is very close by. He's going to be here in just a minute, so it's going to get interesting. Meanwhile, I continue to have my conversation with tennis boys.
I came to meet someone that wasn't rich.
And why don't you do that?
Yeah, that's a confession right there. Know it, but like he just confessed, like straight up, like it's the law, man. Like, hit the gavel. Like, he literally just sat there and confessed to Chris Hansen that, I came here to talk to an underage girl. That's you can get convicted or something for that. Like, I guess if they were to show this in court, they could be like, yeah, see, he knows what he did, and I know that he spoke to the police, and I'm also gonna do a video on that, on his interrogation. But yeah.
I don't know.
It sure seemed like you knew what you wanted to do with Chad. In or out of town. Here's our next visitor.
I haven't read his chat, and I'm going to read his chat too.
Make a return. The result, to catch a predator first. Our decoy invites him inside.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Him, this man, oh my gosh, this man makes it for me. Him. My favorite predator of all time. Like, you can have your Lauren Armstrong, you can have your David Schumacher is a close second, but you can have your Anthony Palumbo, your David Schumachers. You can have them. You can have all of them. You can have your Westerback or Molesterback. You can have all of them. This guy. If I could only watch one predator, if somebody came up to me and was like, "Hey, Kylie, you can only watch one predator forever," this is the predator. Like, I just never get sick and tired of this guy. Oh my gosh.
Why don't you come in over here and stand right over here at the bar? How are you? Good, good.
I want to know what he was thinking. Like, he comes in and you see like when he came in, I don't know if you could see it, but there were two guys. So I don't know, beyond Tennis Boy over there, sitting over there. I, I wonder what Tennis Boy is thinking too. I think tennis. I think around this time, Tennis Boy is starting to realize that it wasn't a real girl, and that's the thing. That's what I always thought about. How some of these these predators interpreted it. Did they think that the girl, like, which predators thought that the girl was real, and they thought that the girl just told on them, and which one was knows, or after Chris comes out and they get arrested and everything, that they think, okay, yeah, this was an interrogation. I wonder, like, which ones. Excuse me. I wonder which ones thought that it was a real girl and which ones thought that it was a decoy. Like, or which ones knew that it was a decoy. Look at him, look at him, look at him. The, the predators meet. Look at him, look at him. Look at him. Oh my gosh. Actually, I'm gonna see. Ew, that was ugly. I'm gonna see if I can draw. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to use the draw function that I had gotten the premium for. But yeah. Look at him looking at him. Oh my gosh. Calls him by his screen names. Did you see him? Did you see him flinch? Let's rewind that. I don't think. Look at him. Hold on. Let me, let me see if I can change the playback speed. Oh wait, that's going fast. I need to go slow. Look at his face. He kind of jumped a little bit there. He's like, oh god. He's like, oh god, he knows. He knows. Oh my gosh, I love Slave to Mistresses.
Actually, it's pretty clear to us what he's doing here.
Look at the fear in his eyes. Like, look at the fear in his eyes. He knows he's in trouble. And in the interrogation, he makes the same face. Like this like this same look of fear, like this look of death, like oh my gosh.
26-year-old Yazan has four, uses the screen name Slave to Mistresses
He looks a bit handsome.
on his mind.
This is a perfect spot. Now, I don't understand why he even gets on there. Like, he's a pretty handsome guy. Like, he's a pretty handsome guy. So, I don't understand. Like, he has muscles. He goes to the gym. He's like, I think he's like some sort of bodybuilder or whatever. He doesn't look half bad. Like looking at his profile picture too, you know, he doesn't even look half bad. He looks pretty handsome, and I believe he can get any girl he wanted. I mean, he has gotten every girl he wanted. uh, like he said in his interrogation, there was a room full of girls, just throwing themselves at him, and he refused. He refused them. So- oh my god. His face.
personal trainer. Michael Khan spanned the S4 headed for the decoy for the women's 13. But unlike Khan, S4 mostly wanted the girl to do things to him. We can't get too detailed, but we can say he prefers to be treated like a dog and also a toilet.
That was pretty detailed, actually.
Live video of himself
Oh my gosh. And that's another thing. You remember what I said about him? Like, imagine taking these photographs. Like, look at these. Like, no, really look at them. Imagine taking these photographs and then they end up on TCaP. Imagine some of your photographs that you take to your victim, like thinking, it's gonna be for her eyes only. She's gonna be the only one to see them. And then these ending up on like a national TV. Like, really think about it. Like, think about maybe a cute pic, or like a pic that you meant for a specific person's eyes only, and they end up being blasted on national television. Like, I just wonder, like, after all of this, how these guys are. I mean, we already know how we're gonna review that too, but we already know how he walked, like how he dealt with it and how he walked away from it. He literally fled the country, back to his home country. But like, imagine having that on like national television and the internet forever. Oh my gosh, it's just so funny for him. Like, it is just so funny. It's karma too. You shouldn't be talking to underage kids.
Khan, however, offered a link to a website that illustrates what he's talking about. So what's he have to say now that he's alongside another potential victim?
And that's another thing. Like, he had to link to a website to show like what the heck he was talking about, because most like children, especially during those times, like if you think about it, like now, like people know about like I guess like BDSM and stuff, but like back then they didn't. Like, it wasn't so you know widespread. It wasn't so, like, I guess you could say, in the know. So imagine that time period, and like sending it to a little girl. I assume that this is in like, I could be completely off, but I assume that this is like early 2000s. If it's not, then it's like 2011 or something like that. And even in 2011, I guess, in 2011, I guess the same would still go. But like, yeah, I mean, sending that to a child, especially, like to a child, like they're not gonna know what you mean. Like, what you want to be treated like a dog in a toilet? What? Especially a 13-year-old. Two guys at the bar. No, nothing.
Can I ask a question? Is my family gonna have to know about this?
Why are you so concerned about your family?
Because
Yeah, you weren't concerned when you showed up.
this is something that was
Yeah, and that's the thing, they made the decision to come in here. I really hope me moving this camera isn't going to make a lot of noise, but it probably is. And I guess it's going to probably be unwatchable because, like, me moving the microphone, I'm just at an uncomfortable angle.
We can get back with you in a minute because I have a couple questions for you. Did
Did you bring your collar with you? Look. His face looks like a little boy who just got into trouble. Where he shakes his head, he's just like, no. I wonder if he's ever gotten in trouble before.
What is all this slave talk?
Okay, I'm gonna stop. This is priceless. Let's actually go back because this is actually pretty priceless. I want to capture this in its entirety without interruption.
What is all this slave talk? You're saying all this to a girl who said she was 18?
Yep.
What is all this about? Well, that's not what you say here.
Okay. The look of let's do that back in slow-mo. I want you to see that. When Chris is showing him the pictures.
Well, that's not what you say here.
Look at his face. Oh my gosh. And look at Tennis Boy over there. Look at Tennis Boy. Look at Oh wait. Tennis Boy's just Tennis Boy was over there. Like, I am so happy that that is not me. Yeah. Yeah, if I sent something like that, I bet, I wouldn't be able to remember. He knows he was next. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's backtrack. Ooh. Look at how he puts his hand on his face in embarrassment. Oh my gosh. And for you. Look at his face. He's like, oh God.
I was naked.
Oh my gosh.
It's not okay.
Look at him. Look at the door. Oh my god. Okay, I'll try to be cool. Oh my gosh, but this right here. Oh, all of its glory. You know what? I'm not going to interrupt this. I'm not going to interrupt this. All of its glory. I got the camera.
Meet top-rated teams online. As Furl still appears confused, but Khan clearly knows what's coming.
Very sorry about this. I just want to make things right. I feel really bad about this.
Khan
So underrated, criminally underrated. He was like, what? Let's go back. I'm sorry. That deserves a slow-mo.
appears confused. Khan clearly knows what's coming.
Very sorry about this. I just want to make things right. I feel really bad about this.
Look at his face. He can barely roll.
Inside the Flacco
Oh my gosh. Ready. He was so. Oh my gosh. They were. Not he, but the police were so ready.
Back at the police station, the two men are questioned by investigators at the scene.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Gold.
Still says he didn't do anything wrong.
I will not accept.
Your goal was to have her do the things that you typed in there and get some
Down the hall, it's a different story with the psychology major, Safraz Khan.
Safraz Khan. You think?
That would be a very fair assumption, actually.
Khan tells Detective Liz Williams of the Flacco Beach Police that he's been having sexual chats with underage girls since he was 20.
Jeez.
These girls did you send pictures to? All of them?
I struggle with this, internally. Obviously, I've always found this wrong.
Never talk to the police. You're just incriminating yourself more.
Later, both men were charged with 3 felonies, including attempting to commit a lewd act on a child and using a computer to send harmful material to a minor. If convicted, Khan could face up to 5 years in prison. As for, because he sent that live video of himself naked, has been charged with a second-degree felony and could be sentenced to up to 15 years in jail. And because both men are not U.S. citizens,
Fled.
serving their sentences.
Okay, so after the rest of this is yeah, it's just talking about it more, and if you would like to see it, this is from Saul, I believe. Yeah, Saul. So if you'd like to see it, it's his video. But but yeah, both of them, well, Slave2mistresses fled the country. I think he went back to like Jordan or Egypt or whatever. And Tennis Boy, he was actually deported. So Chris was right. You know, they get, I guess you could say, it did get them deported. But the next video, I'm going to be reacting to the interrogation.